Okay, I was just watching Fox News. So they're talking about this soldier that's supposedly missing since 1942 in the Philippines. Okay, they're trying to get him home, but they can't get him home, and it's such terrible fucking acting. Bud Kelder died in the Philippines in 19 as a prisoner of war. Where did they just have that storm? In the Philippines, right? Born and raised in Northwest Chicago. So here's the connection here: Chicago and the Philippines. Okay. The date 1942. That's 19. That's 1940 and 2. There's a compression, right? Dropping the 40 years to 2 years again. Now look at they made a point of making it known that his remains are marked as X8816. Okay, so that's 9 and 6. That's 15. So that's X15, right? So we know that's the Masonic Hebrew number of God. Now, the guy goes on to say, "Oh, poor Bud, how can you sing the Lord's praise in a strange land?" That's Bud, he says. No, it's not, because that's out of the that's out of the Bible. The Song of Solomon. Gee whiz, there's that group again. I hope you know that Solomon wasn't a Filipino. And notice, how long shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? Kind of looks the same to me. Sounds to me like there's something more going on here. I think this reminds me of a video that I did a long time ago. Hang on one second. Okay, so let us continue. So let's take a look at this here, because this is really important stuff here, Maynard. I did this back, 6 months ago. And it says, the Addams Family at the Meralco Theater. The Addams Family premieres in Manila, the 11th through the 15th. Premieres in Manila in the Philippines. Okay, I'm going to explain this to you again. The Addams Family. If you know the show, it's Addams Family. Okay, notice they're all dressed in black. They got a dude that works for them. That's the Golem. That's me and you. You know, the non-Jews. We're the servants or the slaves. They got the one step kid with the red hair, Pugsley. It's Addams Family. Okay, Addams Family. The Jews. Here they just happen to be making an appearance on 11/15/2013, which is this year. Okay, hang on. Okay, so let's look. Here's the date. You can go look this up for yourself. November 11th. And it's called Atlantis Productions. So now we're talking the time before this reality. Lemurian Atlantis. The Addams Family premieres in Manila. Right? Big storm there, right? Right? Here's the time compression. That's what caused the storm. The 40 years into 2, that's what caused the storm. It's the same thing that happened in frickin' New York with the Sandy Hook hurricane. Okay? This is Bud. $816. This is their God. This is what they're doing. It's them. I don't know how to make this more clear to you. I mean, this is so freaking far out in science fiction. I don't even know how to explain this any better than I can. There's a big storm in Manila. The Addams Family is going there. Addams Family is Addams Family. The Jews. Okay, they got a servant. He's a golem. Lurch. Go look at it. You know, I mean, you'll get it once you get it. Once you understand what's going on here. We'll just leave it at that for right now. All this story about This is about the Jews going into a new land. I got a buddy that's in Cambodia. Believe me, he said they don't. Those people over there don't know jack shit about nothing. No history, no World War II. They don't know nothing. And so it's a relocation process. Because I got a strong feeling something's going to go down over there. There's no way that I could have done this video way back then, predicting this, and then all of a sudden a big storm comes up. I show you where they're compressing time from 40 years into 2. That's what's causing the storm. Okay? And all of a sudden now the Addams family, which I did the video on Addams family, is now going to go to the Manila. I did this video already. I'm sure I can go back and find it. And this dude says, oh, how can you sing the Lord's praise in a strange land? That's Bud, he says. No, it ain't. It's from Solomon, the fucking Jewish king. I don't want to yell at anybody here, but I want you to fucking start thumping your fucking head and getting it through your head. We're being fucking used. You better start voicing your opinion and fucking... Ugh. I mean, I saw some people wrote some stuff to that fucking broad on Fox. Thank you for doing that. Thank you. It almost made everything I'm doing worth it. Because at least they know that people are catching on. I'm afraid it might be too late, though. I wanted to clarify something. There's some clown on here named Jacob's Bones that's trying to give me a headache over this. And I'm going to say something to you, Mr. Jacob Bones. First of all, I wouldn't trust the name Jacob as far as I could spit it. Okay? Jacob is Marduk. Marduk is Saturn in Samaria. Okay? Jacob's Bones. And then he's writing to me, and all of his E's he's making into 3's. Dude, if you think you're wowing me, you're not. Okay? Back in May, okay, I started already talking about this idea of the Jews going to the Philippines. Okay? I can bring somebody on. I showed it to them. It's not a big deal. Okay? These storms that they're doing are time compressions. Okay? It's the 40 into the 2, just like I showed you in the other videos. I don't give a fuck who comes on and says what. Okay? This dude in the Fox News story is saying, how can you sing the Lord's praise in a strange land? Well, that means that you have to go to that land, right? That's Bud, he says. No, it isn't. That's from King Solomon. Okay? Why is he quoting that as Bud saying it instead of saying as Bud would have quoted from the book of Solomon? You see? And then the numbers. This is his remains. X. 816. That comes out to 15. Remember the AR-15? So here's X. Here's Saturn 15. It's the Hebrew Masonic way of rating God. And then here they are. Over here. That storm hit on the 11th, I think, or the 12th. It's Atlantis Productions. Do you know? Go look at the history of Atlantis. You know, it gets under my fucking skin that some asshole named Jacob's Bones, after I've made 10,000 videos, shows up on this one video and starts trying to educate me instead of going back 7,000 videos or 1,000 videos or fucking 10 videos. He shows up on this one. Okay? Because if you really knew the truth, mister, or you weren't being deceitful, you would have come through a long time ago and offered a helping hand. What you're doing now is you're trying to run interference because your works prove that. You don't show up when you got to do damage control and say, oh, let me explain it to you. There is no explaining it. We're getting suckered and we're getting fucked up the ass, and cocksuckers like you ain't even kissing us when you're doing it. So fuck you, chump. Go fucking take your Book of Solomon and stick it up your fucking ass.